I think it's common courtesy and common knowledge that when a celebrity gets recognized in public, most people are gonna either try and go up to talk to them, take photos of them or videos or whatever, and they're gonna, try and get their moment with that celebrity, whether they're fans or the paparazzi. And we all know how celebrities feel about the paparazzi. A lot of them hate them, and I do feel kind of bad for paparazzi because they're just really doing their job, and I understand it's their job to intrude upon their lives and act like assholes, but I really just do feel bad for them sometimes because they always don't really deserve the tongue lashings that they get from these fed up celebrities. But in the case I have today, it's just the complete opposite, especially if you are someone like Chappell Roan. I don't even know if that's how you say her name, Rowan, or is it Roan? I don't know. I could care less about her at all. She has zero effect on my life. And then she's, coming up as a, up and coming star in the musical world. And I haven't really been keeping up with any new music. Like, I listen to music from the 90s and like maybe early 2000s. I'm more of like a pop punk rock scene kind of guy rather than like a pop whatever it is these days people listen to. I have no idea what people listen to these days, but I do unfortunately have to listen to Chappell Roan or whatever her name is because I listen to public radio, so I can't necessarily call up Brooke and Jeffrey and say, hey, there's this trash shit song that's playing on the radio, can you like skip it and just get to the second date update? No, I can't do that. So I have to, unfortunately, sit through the music that is Chappell Rowan's trash-ass music. And, man, apparently she's in the hot water right now because she was very rude to an 11-year-old girl. She did nothing wrong, the 11-year-old girl. And I heard, she's been known to be rude to young fans in the past. I have never really heard too much about it. I'm not in the Chappell Roan news, so I can't really speak on past incidents, but I can speak on one that just happened because the 11-year-old girl in question was staying with her family, which happens to be the stepdaughter of international football player Jorginho Frello. And if you don't know him, he's a very big football player. Very tempted to say soccer there, but I know it's football. He's very big, and obviously, he's gone down in the last couple of years. He's moved from playing in the biggest clubs in the Premier League to, the Brazilian side, Flamengo, I believe is where he's at right now. And so it makes sense that he's staying in Brazil in a Sao Paulo hotel. And they spotted her, Chappell Roan, just sitting however far away from them as they were. And her daughter, or the daughter, of Jorginho is apparently, or at least was, a big fan of Chappell Roan. So she decided to go see if it was her because she couldn't tell. They must have been at some sort of a distance to where, like, I don't know if that's her or not, so I'm going to go investigate. So what she does is she gets up from the table and goes closer to the table. Nothing's happening, and she spots her and like, oh my gosh, that is Chappell Roan. Of course, she doesn't say anything, and she walks past the table, gives her a smile, and then goes and sits back at her seat. Now, what is the big deal? You may be asking yourself that. Why is that such a big deal? And I'll tell you, it's not. Okay? It really isn't. But Chappell Roan is such an entitled little bitch that she thinks she's some sort of cool person. Like, she's a celebrity, I guess. She had one really good album, I guess. There's like one song that's good from it, and the rest is shit. She's just a little overhyped, in my opinion, and she's definitely a bitch. Like, I'm not getting this wrong. Like, the modern day female artists are just straight up assholes. I'm sorry if people disagree with that, because I know their followers are like fucking cult people. They'll just come at you. So yeah, I'm sorry if that's hurting anybody's feelings, but it's the truth. And really just is sad because she's talking about a little girl. Like, she's treating her like crap, and a big fan of her music. And I know she's young, she's 11 years old, she doesn't know what good music is, but that doesn't stop her from being a fan. And again, they didn't do anything to her. She literally walked past her table, looked at her, and cheesed at her, and then left. Like, no words were even being spoken. She wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's Chappell Roan. No, she just went up to her table, gave her a smile, and darted. And that was it. And then a security guard came over and was like, hey, you can't do that. You gotta stop harassing people, man. That's not cool. And apparently he was not using the best of tones. He was apparently very aggressive and said he was going to file a complaint against their whole family at the hotel. And I'm thinking in my mind while reading this, I'm like, what are you talking about, brother? Huh? And like, I guess maybe, I'm not sure how true this statement is, but I heard that the security guard in question isn't actually Chappell Roan's security guard. Like, he just happened to be there and was like, hey, you gotta stop harassing people, even though there was zero harassment at all. And obviously now that she's been found out as being the asshole in the situation, of course she's going to want to backtrack saying, oh, that's not my security guard. And that may very well be true. Obviously I wasn't there, so I can't tell, like, hey, that is for sure Chappell Roan's security guard. And so, you know, I can't speak on that because I wasn't there. But, you know, Jorginho posted on Instagram saying, talking about the incident, and saying that the security guard was very, very rude and told him that they'd file a complaint against him and his family. And I'm thinking to myself, why? What does that matter? Not a word was said to Chappell. Like, that's basic courtesy. And if you are Chappell Roan or anyone like her, you have to understand that, one, you are a celebrity, so you are going to get recognized if you step out into the public. So if you don't want to be recognized in public, don't go out. Okay? That's just one thing you can do. Second, she is the kind of person she is. She makes the music she is, which is geared towards girls who are ages 10 to like 15 or 16. Like, that's your age range. So if you're going to be approached by fans, those are the kind of people you're going to be approached by. Your actual fans. So don't get upset when fans actually want to touch base with their idol. Okay? Because this girl, I can tell, was a big fan. She wanted to be like you. So why push her away? Welcome her in. Like, because if you're someone like Chappell Roan, you give the fans everything. Because they are what make you. You can make good music and everything, but when you go to a concert, the fans are what bring it to life. Like, you can unleash all the pyrotechnics and all the fancy stuff you want, have the best backup dancers and the best stage setup and the best outfit, whatever, but the fans are what make your career happen. They're what make the show actually watchable. So the fact that you're treating a very young fan like this, like crap, is not cool, because it's actually just sad and pathetic. And I'm gonna say this again, you have one album. You don't even have like a whole career listed out. You're not like one of the all-time greats or something. You have one album with one good song in it. That's not much to be proud of. Like, I get it, you're an up-and-coming star, but that still doesn't give you the right to treat the people who got you there like crap, because without fans, you'd be nothing. You'd be a sorry-ass looking motherfucker, just trying to make it in the world. Because let's be honest here, Chappell Roan looks like a sad, pathetic Harley Quinn. She looks like the Joker if the Joker was just horrible. Worse than, I personally think the Joker in the comics is a better person than Chappell Roan is at all. So, you know, there's just a big problem with celebrities who think they're the shit and they're not. Like, the fame has gone to your noggin. It's overflowed it with just the money, the recognition, and just all of that really takes it away. It doesn't make it good or anything. So I don't know what her plan is, dude. And let's be honest here, this 11-year-old girl is not even the biological daughter of Jorginho. She's the daughter of the actor Jude Law. So if anything, this 11-year-old girl has met more celebrities in her small lifespan than Chappell Roan will probably ever meet in her entire life. She is directly related to one of the biggest actors ever, and Jorginho, as one of the best soccer players in the last couple of years, obviously he's dropped off a bit, but still, he was there. He's known in the world as a great midfielder. So I don't understand why you're getting off your high horse. And the money, don't even get me started on the money this little girl is going to inherit or already has, because again, that is massive. Being the direct biological son or daughter of a massive celebrity, plus having an additional step celebrity father or mother, that goes a long way in life. Let me tell you that, because that can get you started in soccer like Jorginho, or it can get you started in acting like Jude Law. You know, they have connections, people who are willing to look the other way to get you in. So, yeah, I'd say she's already on a better path than you ever were, because not only is she 11 years old and has probably already seen more than you, but at least she doesn't look like a horrible Harley Quinn. Like, I'm sorry, brother, I don't understand how she could actually walk around looking like a clown. Like, she's a clown in the inside and the outside. It's just, it's abysmal, dude. I don't know how she can even go out there looking like a fool like that. And I heard, because of the incident, she was banned from the festival or the concert that she was supposed to be performing at. So not only that, she got herself banned, and I think permanently banned. I don't think they'd ever let her back to, I believe, the Lollapalooza is what was happening at the moment. Yeah, I really hope she learned her lesson, and I don't think Chappell Roan understands the gravity of this situation. Like, I can understand it, because this is a potentially game-changing move right here. People will not look at you the same. Of course, your original fans, they're going to be there till the end. You could commit murder and they'd still be there. But, I mean, you've changed a lot of people's perspectives, so I really hope that once this stuff does catch up, because I think it will eventually, if not now, that obviously she's probably going to act entitled to saying like, oh, I did nothing wrong. So, you know, I just really hope she gets the back end of this and realizes what a critical mistake that is, clowning on a fan who makes your career happen. So, yeah, I guess this is just a bit of a longer yap sesh for me, but I'm upset about this because it's a celebrity, you know? Like, I get it. I understand you think you're the shit. You're tasting some of that life, but it's just not cool to act like that, especially towards a small child who really loved and idolized you. But now they probably just think you're the biggest piece of shit in the world. So, yeah, I really hope she learns her lesson on this one. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you in the next one.